Hello everyone and welcome to MRC-NECC's Basic Box Tutorial. So this will be a very basic wherein you be able to use the box like you used to before with our network file server. So instead of using a local based file server, we will now be using a cloud-based file server where you can access it anywhere without the need of a VPN. So you can access it anytime, anywhere, wherever you are. Okay. So first off, for new users, you would like to log into your Box app. This is called the Box Drive app. Usually this automatically comes up when you haven't logged into it yet, or if you don't have it, you can check it over here by clicking start and going over to the letter B. You should find it here named Box Drive. If it's not there, then you may want to contact IT as soon as possible so we can install it for you manually. Now to log in, just type in your email address. Okay, click next or press enter. Now depending on whether you've logged in for the first time or if you've logged in before or not, you will either get another window that resembles a Microsoft login. It will just simply ask for your email again, which is your email at necuae.org, and then your password. And then a third window will be just to confirm whether to keep you signed in. So just click yes on that. Okay. If you're successful, you should be able to find a box drive icon over here at the lower right corner of your taskbar. It will be a black box drive icon. Now, if you hover your mouse over it, it should show box drive like so. If you haven't logged in, you should see it there that it will say please log in or something to that effect. Another thing to note about the box drive is when you log in, it will stay logged in even if you've restarted your computer. It will always just come up here, and that's why for those who have logged in already, you will never see that box window again unless you specifically logged out by right-clicking on the box drive icon and selecting log out. Now you have to be careful when you do this, and you don't usually log out of box drive anymore once you're logged in. There's very little reason why you need to log out, so don't. Okay, fair warning. When box goes live, you will never see this network files icon again. This was what we used before when accessing our network files. They will be taken away once Box Cloud is live. And you will be left with these two icons, the Box Drive icon and My Personal folder. Now this My Personal folder is just another folder inside your Box folder actually. We just put this here for your convenience because this folder will house all of your personal files, like not personal files, but rather your personal work files. Like, you could put in there your budget and stuff, or your jokes collection, and some other work related stuff. I'm sure, but this is where you mostly put things because this folder will be backed up, and you want all your files to be in here because we will no longer support backing up your desktop. So make sure that you put all your files in this my personal folder. Okay, the things that you had before on your desktop, put them all in here so that they will be backed up. Otherwise, we will not be responsible for any lost files due to failed hard drives or computer dying. Okay, so this box icon will replace this network files actually. So if you open the box icon once you're connected and it's live, you will see there your classic folders that you've seen before back when you were working with network files. So here you'll see the classrooms and the common folder along with your my personal folder and some other folders that you will make later on, which we do not advise actually, to keep your box folder decluttered. Okay, let's to make it more look organized, avoid making new folders on the root folder. This will just mean that you're making a folder on your that's accessible only to you. So this folder here will not be accessible by anybody but you unless you share it. So there's not really that much change when working with box. You still have your classic structured network folders, which is the classroom and common, and you see them if you have access to them. So whatever folders, I mean organization folders that you think that you need access to and you don't see it here, you might need to contact IT about that. Okay, because that means that some we may have missed giving you the access to that folder. But usually you'll have common, so all of the same things will be there, like your active policies, family services, IT, and the other stuff. Don't worry, this is just a sample. Everything will be as it is. Okay, so in your classrooms you will have all the classrooms in there, not just classroom 1 and 2. Everything will be there. And if you have only access to classrooms, you will see the classrooms. The folders that are related to leads will only be seen by leads. Okay, so the same stuff, like the staff and student folders, everything will be just as will be structured just as before, so there will be no confusion. Now you may have noticed that the folders have this cloud icons on them, or badges. These badges actually have they change according to the status of that folder. So if you look here, so the cloud badge means that that folder is available online only, and it is up to date in the box cloud. It means that if you have as long as you have internet, you will have access to all the files. But the moment that you don't have internet, you will never be able to edit the files. You will still be able to navigate the structure, the folder structures, but you will never be able to open the files. So if you're planning to work out there in the desert where there's no internet, I advise that you copy the files over to a to the personal folder, because we usually advise to make the personal folder available offline. So you do that by right clicking and clicking and selecting make available offline. Now you will see a check mark. This means that if you see here, item is marked for offline access. Now, if you see that, it means that this anything inside this folder will be available offline. So you can access those files even if you don't have internet. And you can edit them, like uh, like for example this one, your my budget. You can make edits, and it will not update. So since you're offline, it will just be saved locally, and later on it will update itself to the cloud once you regain internet access. Need to ramp up my world domination fund before the new school year comes. Okay, and don't forget to save, of course, and then close. So as you've noticed, there was an orange icon there. If you were not online, that orange icon will stay orange because it will keep trying to save it to the box, but there's no internet, so it will stay orange until you regain internet access, and then it will become a check mark, a green check mark again once it's synced to the cloud. Now, having mentioned that you can make files available offline, we strongly advise you against making the any of the school folders available offline. Don't do this, because these are huge folders. I mean, these are huge. These folders have huge amount of files in them that they will take up your storage space very quickly. It will mess up your files if the syncing was not done properly, like the internet was suddenly cut off, you know. So we strongly advise against making the school files available offline. uh, just make the my personal folder available offline, and that's it. Now the rest of the icons is pretty much straightforward. A locked icon means that the file is locked, so it can only be edited by the person who unlocks it or who locked it in the first place. And this one means that there's a problem with the file, so you might want to check with IT what's wrong with it if you see an exclamation mark uh, on a folder or file. Now, another way to access your box files if you don't have your laptop with you, your work laptop, which is already pre-installed with the Box Drive app, you can access your files through a browser like Chrome. So it's as simple as going to box.com and clicking on sign in, or if you've already previously signed in before, it will just bring you to this page. Otherwise, it will bring you to a generic box login, generic box startup page where there's a sign in button here instead of sign up. So you click on sign in and then just type in your full email address and your computer or email password, which is the same. So you just click continue and it will bring you to your Box account. The same with your files. Okay. Now the difference between the two is that there are more features in if you use the browser, but we'll talk about that later in the advanced tutorial. For now, you'll be able to use the Explorer based box without any problems, and it's almost the same as when you use our local network file server. And that's it for our basic box tutorial. I hope that this will be able to help you in transitioning towards our new cloud-based file server. We will be holding a Q&A session every day from 2 to 3:30 p.m. June 9 to June 13 in one of the level 3 conference rooms. Or you could ask them below the comment section in addition to your comments about the tutorial. Don't forget to smash that like button, but please go easy on the dislike button. Thank you for tuning in and making it this far. Once again, this is Emmett, the IT guy Lawrence. Hope to see you on our next video, the Advanced Box Tutorial. Peace out!